Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with the Tech Rundown Vlogs. Welcome to my day in the life of iOS 27 Public Beta 2. I know I said I was going to wait to do this. You can technically say this is Developer Beta 4 as I also have a developer account. So once we get Beta 5, I will update straight to it. I installed iOS 27 late yesterday evening on my iPhone 14, so now I have iOS 27 on my iPhone 12, iPad Air 4th generation, and also my personal iPhone, which is this iPhone 14 I'm holding. As you can see, this is the iOS 27 default wallpaper. And in this day in the life video, I'm going to try to get some clips in for you guys and also incorporate a little bit of vlog as well. Unfortunately, I cannot go outside because it's a heck of a rainstorm out there. It's been raining constantly in my area. But anyway, gonna get a lot of content for you guys. A lot of vlog style day in the life content. You can definitely tell that this is my iPhone 14 as it has the smaller notch. So if I go into my settings here, my iPhone 14 is at 85%. I just woke up, started using this device. So my screen on and screen off time is going to be significantly lower. 16 minutes, screen on, 0 minutes, screen off. I just put iOS 27 on here. I haven't ran any Geekbench so far. I may do that for you guys or maybe not. But iPhone 14 performs great on iOS 27. It really, really performs excellent. You have a really nice new slide power off animation. Good, we slide it off. You can see the sound that it makes, which is an accessibility feature specifically for iPhone 14 and newer. The power on and power off sound. So we go ahead and power it on here. It has a lot of nice features. And this is iOS 27 on the iPhone 14, though I am going to make more clips to this. So I just made myself a cup of coffee. And I'm going to look at some of my latest Instagram posts. iOS 26.6 to the public. And this is why you're going to want to update. So if you guys haven't followed me already, make sure you follow me on Instagram. The Tech Rundown is my name. So far, iOS 27 actually performs pretty good on this iPhone. I would say it's so good that it could be a day in the life, or daily driver rather, though obviously everyone has a different experience for the update. But my experience is iOS 27 works phenomenal. I love the look of the flatter feedback app. I think that looks really nice. Apple really did a good job creating iOS 27. This is supposedly the update that will make older iPhones feel new and perform more better. And one more feature I forgot to mention, there is a slightly updated camera app. Like you have this little button right here, which is just a way to access all your different modes. And also quite a few apps can go into landscape mode. I listen to radio on Apple Music. That can go into landscape mode. If I go into my podcast, which I have the latest episode on my podcast I did, is episode 2 or season 2, episode 6 of the Tech Rundown with Mr. Hawkins. This is my podcast. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you check out my podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Overcast, and Pocket Cast. Talk a lot about the latest iOS updates, leaks and rumors. I talked a lot about the iPhone 18 Pro and also the upcoming iPhone Fold, which is the first time Apple's going to be releasing a folding iPhone. So there's quite a lot to know when you look up the Tech Rundown with Mr. Hawkins, which is my podcast. Honestly, iOS 27 performs pretty nice. You may see me drinking coffee because it is currently $7:34 in the morning currently. And also the iOS 27 wallpaper has dark mode. Let me see if I can try to activate it while on light mode here. So hopefully you guys can see this wallpaper here. Turn on dark mode.
Okay, dark mode is now on.
And as you can see, the wallpaper that I have here gets dark. I really like this wallpaper. Leave a comment down below if you guys like this wallpaper. I personally do. The default iOS 27 wallpaper is really great. I really like the way Apple made this wallpaper. I know it's a wallpaper, but I really like this wallpaper. I always love Apple's default wallpapers. Every time we get a new iOS version announced at WWDC, one of the first things that I'm looking forward to is what that new wallpaper could look like. I really love wallpapers, and you guys will know that throughout my videos. I get a lot of wallpapers. And I also have to make more wallpapers. If you guys aren't already aware, I make my own wallpapers as well. So I've done that recently for my rebrand, which is the Tech Rundown. So I have a lot of TR wallpapers. If you guys want to check out these wallpapers and get them for yourself, the way you do that is you want to go into your YouTube app, or if you're on the YouTube desktop site, and then you go over to my channel, and then you want to go over into my About page. You want to scroll down a little bit. You will see an option here that says the Tech Rundown wallpapers. Those are my wallpapers. They're completely free to download. I would never charge for my wallpapers, as I'm not a fan of that, honestly. I designed these wallpapers myself in Canva, and I thought it's a nice way to celebrate my rebrand. So these are my wallpapers if you guys want to check them out. I got a lot for iPhone, and I also have these long landscape wallpapers. You can use these on iPad or desktop. So try these wallpapers out. Leave a or comment down below, what do you think of them? Comment down below in my community, what do you think of these wallpapers? If you think there are things I can improve on with the wallpapers, or what do you guys think? I'm open for any suggestions because I love my wallpapers. But anyway, if you guys aren't already familiar, I'm having to hold my iPhone as I'm in the process of getting a tripod. My tripod I had unfortunately broke, so that's unfortunate. But I've done this before, holding my phone and reviewing other devices for you guys. It's just not as convenient as having a tripod and having two hands to review a device. I also can go into my other studio. However, I will at some point. But currently, taking a look at my battery, I am at 92%. I am going to try my best not to charge this device so that I can give you guys an estimate of battery life. I know that's the first thing you guys want to see. It's the first thing that a lot of people test when running beta software. They test battery life because battery life is the first thing that can be atrocious when testing iOS beta software. While I already get terrible battery life as it is on my devices, if you run iOS betas like the latest iOS 27 public beta, which I switched my account to a developer account because I have the option, but you can also see that I have the option for iOS 27 public beta, but I've already updated to the public beta, and now I'm on the developer beta. So battery life can be hit or miss. You can see I also have the feedback app here. There is currently 0 activity. I'm going to turn on dark mode here. As you can see, there's currently 0 activity, but if I find any bugs, I will report on them. It's pretty easy to report feedback. You just press this little button on the bottom right. And once you do, you select your iOS version. It's pretty easy. Though I will give a word of caution. If you're going to install this, I installed this on my main device, admittingly, and it runs pretty smooth. That's because I already had 2 devices to test. I have my iPad, which is currently on iOS 27 beta 4, and I have my iPhone 12, but I can't show you guys that as I'm recording off of it. And then I have my iPhone 14, which I just put the beta on. So this phone, my iPhone 14, it runs pretty smooth. You can see this is the full screen weather widget. And to give you proof that this is my iPhone 14, if you didn't have enough proof, we have the diagonal cameras. And we have the smaller notch. So if you're running the iOS beta and you are having bugs, make sure that you report it in the feedback app. It's very important that you report critical bugs in the feedback app. I've been doing that myself. I like to come in here and look at the release notes, but I'm not gonna read all of this. If you guys want to read it, it's known issues and resolved issues. Now, taking a look at my battery, you can see we're down to 91%. I'm going to try my best to charge this thing, though if I slip up and charge it, I'll let you guys know. Though the point of this is to see how long my battery can last throughout a normal day. So I'll say around 9 a.m., I will be back to test to see if it's improved any. Well, my battery has definitely went down to 65%. I just wrapped up doing a YouTube short for the main channel. If we take a look at my overall battery health here, it's at 85%. If I check the screen on and screen off times, I've had 2 hours, 6 minutes screen on time and 10 minutes of screen off time. And so far I've used 33% of my battery. So I will say I never get good battery life as it is on my devices. So battery life is not something that I care about when it comes to the beta. I already know that my iPhone 12 is never going to get good battery life because it's at 80%, and my iPhone 14, I got it used, has an 85% overall battery health. It's unfortunate, but I don't have 100% battery health with this device, as it was cheaper to get it refurbished. We're back at 46%. And with that, if I go into the overall battery usage here, two hours and 55 minutes screen on time. And it was last charged to 100% at 6:46 a.m. But it hasn't really been, I don't think, 2 hours. I feel like it's been closer to 4 hours, though the battery graph is just not calculating it correctly. But nonetheless, it's terrible battery life, because within 4 hours, my phone should not be at 46%. But that's an overall measurement of my overall battery life, especially with a device that has 85% battery health. This is a used iPhone. It was cheaper to get it that way. Obviously, if I could have, I would have gotten one that was closer to 90% or 98 or even 100%. But this iPhone, I believe, was around $280 on certain places. Refurbished iPhone 14. And this is my primary device. So not good battery life. Betas don't really have much to contribute with that. Even though betas can mess up the battery life, not for this device because it already has not great battery life, and so does my iPhone 12. Honestly, the iPhone 14 performs pretty great in 2026, especially on iOS 27. I've been running it for over 12 hours, almost 24 hours, honestly. And it performs really, really nice. Scrolling through Safari, it performs amazing. Though battery life is not great, though it was never great to begin with, due to the fact that this is 85%. Well, that's going to be it for this day in the life of my iPhone 14. Honestly, the battery is at 40%. I would let it go a little longer, though it pretty much goes down relatively quickly. So if I show you guys here, and I'm having to use my coffee mug as a tripod because, yeah, obviously you guys know I'm hoping to get me a tripod. It's only going to work for the front-facing camera, though. I can't really use it to record from the rear. That's why I'm having to hold the device. But if I go into the battery life, if I go into view all battery usage here, I've had 3 hours, 12 minutes screen on time, 15 minutes screen off time. And you can see it's at 40%. I last charged 200 at 6:46 a.m. Anyway, that's going to be it for this day in the life. Obviously, I don't get good battery life out of this device, regardless if I'm on a beta or not. However, iOS 27 is going to work incredibly amazing on this device, minus the battery. This does have 85% battery health. But nonetheless, iOS 27 is going to make this device perform greater. It's going to have 30% faster app speed and a lot of other features. For non-AI devices, you don't really get a lot of Apple Intelligence features or features in general, but you do get a couple like the liquid glass slider, the updated Safari tab bar, updates to family sharing, and a couple other minor features. I did a whole video on the main channel talking about features, the best features that don't involve AI. If you haven't seen that video, check it out on the Tech Rundown. This is obviously getting uploaded to my second channel as this is a day in the life. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and leave a comment down below. What do you think of iOS 27? This is iOS 27 Public Beta 2 on my iPhone 14. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok, and also subscribe to the Tech Rundown, which is my main channel. I'm Mr. Hawkins with the Tech Rundown Vlogs, and hopefully on this channel we can get to 50 subscribers. We're only 6 away from 50. I believe we're at 44 right now. I'm hoping we can get more subscribers on this second channel. I'm Mr. Hawkins with the Tech Rundown Vlogs, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.